Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for yoga this evening. So this week we had the uh, the autumn equinox, transitioning from summer to fall, and I've got a little bit of a reflection on that from a gentleman named Wesley Baines. This is a this is a time that can bring a lot of emotion, a lot of internal um, dialogue to us as we see the seasons change. So he says, the voice of autumn speaks in a susurrus of leaves, its breath cool and dry and full of change. It is the winding down of the year, a time of both harvest and of death. More than any other season, people feel a spiritual connection to fall. They feel that they are closer for a time to something unnameable and immutable, and indeed they are. Autumn holds a spiritually unique place. Many mistake the mystery and decline that surrounds and follows the autumn equinox for darkness and evil. I think of Halloween. But in reality, it is about endings, a very natural thing. Every journey must find its end, and fall is the bittersweet embodiment of this. It's also simultaneously a time of bounty and withering. Crops are harvested even as the natural world begins to fade. If we make sure to align ourselves to the progression of the seasons, fall serves much the same purpose, but on a spiritual level. Consider as autumn sets in the areas of your life that need to be let go of. Consider what no longer serves you, gets in your way, and needs to wither. How can we get in touch with the spiritual side of autumn in our contemporary age? By being mindful and being present. Turn off your devices and simply take a walk. Make your pilgrimage of leaves, being mindful of the colors of the sky and grass and leaf and stone, the feel of the air, the scents and textures and sights all around you. As you do so, ask yourself, what do I need to release? What are my burdens? Pay attention to what nature is doing around you. After all, everything has a purpose, including the changing of the seasons. They remind us to keep changing, not allow ourselves to become stagnant. So that's a lot, but maybe we can, as we go through our practice, just tune into the now, and maybe later take a walk, or tomorrow take that walk in nature, and just think of what we might want to let go of, how we can change. We're in a time of change, just as nature is. It's all part of the natural world, just as we are part of the natural world. So let's find a comfortable seat and feel your sitting bones on your mat. Bring your hands in front of your legs and just kind of hug in. And see if your spine gets a little taller. Let the tops of your shoulders soften. Maybe as your spine gets taller, maybe you can notice your shoulder blades on your back. Maybe you connect with the sense of the spine coming up from your sitting bones all the way to the crown of your head. Focus come inward. Let your hands now rest in your lap. Feel yourself breathing. Let yourself breathe. You do it anyway. We all do it automatically. have to think about it. It just happens. Part of our nervous system. But when we bring our mind to our breath, and we become aware of our breath, we can connect to our nervous system. We can dial it down when we feel stressed. I think that's a common feeling for many of us. Sit with our breath for another 4 or 5 breaths, feeling it come and go. Noticing what moves in you as you breathe. And you let your tummy soften. Breath comes down. Diaphragm descends, making room for the breath to come into your lungs. And then as you exhale, the diaphragm comes back up. So the air can come out from the lungs. Now let's try a breath. Different ways of breathing. This is one of my favorites. It's kind of like a celebration of the end of summer. When the hummingbirds were here, and now they're going away with the warm weather, heading south. Sweet little things. Their wings beat faster than any other living creature. And our heart beats faster too. So we're going to do what I call hummingbird breath. That is simply inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, hum. And just see what comes out. And then we're going to play with it a little bit. See if it makes a difference if we have a high pitch or a low pitch. Let's all breathe in. And as you breathe out, notice what you feel. Let's do that a few more times. See what happens if we try to make the pitch lower. Feel it in a different place in your body. Can you feel the vibrations? The humming? See what happens if we make the pitch high. Inhale. Notice how that feels. Let's take 3 more hummingbird breaths wherever you'd like them to be. Okay, so whenever you finish with your hummingbird breaths, we're going to come back to a natural breath now, and we're going to add movement to our breathing. But first we're going to make a change. So notice how you're sitting, your natural way of sitting. Your legs are probably crossed. So we're going to straighten the legs and recross them with the other leg in front. We're going to just make a few changes because it's the change of season. Just to notice how it feels. So let your arms come by your side. And as you inhale, we're going to reach the arms out and up and overhead. overhead. As you exhale, let your arms float back down. You can soften your elbows. Let's do 2 more. And if you'd like to do the hummingbird breath, go right ahead. Noticing how it feels. Let's do 1 more. Good. All right. So, in a spirit of changing, let's let your left hand come out from your left hip. We're going to take a bend to the left. So let your right arm come up and overhead and take a turn. We're curving over to the left with your right arm overhead. Now let your right hip come down. And as you breathe, notice the expansion on your right side. Feeling you're making space between the ribs on the right side. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Feel free to add a hum if you would like. Let's inhale. And as you exhale, bring that right hand down in front of you and the left hand next to it. And maybe soften your elbows, folding forward, noticing what you feel. And don't go into any pain. If anything feels uncomfortable, drop it a little bit. Or you can just sit and breathe. Honor your body. Come up, and now let your right hand come outside your right hip. And now we're going to take a bend to the right. Left arm up and overhead. Breathing here. And noticing your left side. Maybe making space between your left ribs. Take 2 more breaths. The hum might come out, and that's okay. Then inhale, lift that arm up and get down beside you. Good. All right, we're going to take a turn to each side, but we're going to go to the left first. So bring your right hand to your left knee and your left fingertips behind and sit nice and tall. And take a turn to the left. Just notice how that feels. Breath. Fill you on the inhale, soften you on the exhale. 2 more breaths. And then let's turn to the front. Listen how you feel. And now we're going to take a turn to the right. So now bring your left hand to your right knee, your right fingertips behind, sitting nice and tall. And breathe. Your spine is the center of the turn, of the rotation. Take 2 more breaths. Feel it from the inside, up inside your skin. 1 more breath. Well, let's face the front. Now, hands in front of your knees. On your inhale, bring your chest forward, lean forward, lift your chin. Your exhale, you're going to round your back, lean back, tuck your chin in. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, round your back. Let's do that 2 more times. Linking your breath and your movement. And your mind. Good. All right. right, so we've just moved the spine in 6 directions, forward and back, side, and turning side and side. And we've done it with using our body, our breath, our mind. So we're bringing all the elements of ourselves together in our yoga practice. And just be aware of how you're feeling and how things are changing inside. All right, let's come around to hands and knees. And if your knees are sore, you can make a little fold in your blanket and kneel on that. You could also kneel on a pillow or a folded up towel, like a thin pillow or a folded up towel. So we don't want to go into discomfort or pain. We want to keep the body feeling comfortable, maybe challenged, but comfortable and good. Okay, so now when you come to hands and knees, walk your hands forward a little bit, spread your fingers, and as you inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, and exhale, round your back and tuck your chin. Good. Inhaling, your back arch to the floor. Exhaling, letting it round to the ceiling. Let's take several more breaths like this. If your back is sore, this is a good movement to do because you can do it a little bit, just enough so you're not going into discomfort. Your back needs to unwind. It gets a little bigger, but honor your body. Good. Now we're going to inhale, bring your shoulders forward. Exhale, bring your hips toward your heels and your arms down. Good. Inhale, lift all the way up and let your shoulders go beyond your wrists. A little bit of a emphasis on your wrists. Exhale, coming down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling. Exhale, lowering the hips. And 1 more time, moving like this. And now let's stay with the hips down towards the heels. You can rest your head. This is child's pose. Notice what's going on inside. Letting go of tension. When you're ready, bring yourself to lying face down. Let your head turn to one side or the other and bring your hands outside of your shoulders. Tops of the feet are down. Notice your shoulders. If they're up towards your ears, see if you can bring them soften down and onto your back. Yeah, so that the backs of your shoulders are on your back instead of being up. Your hands are outside of your shoulders. So what we're going to do is we're going to press into the hands and lift the head, shoulders off your mat. And exhale, lower back down. Let your toes spread out behind you, point behind you. So your legs are reaching back. You're inhaling and lifting your head and shoulders off. Exhale, lowering down. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Exhale down. And you can cross your arms, take a rest. We're strengthening the back. Now we're going to let your forearms come down and let your elbows be under your shoulders. So your feet are down. So you're looking straight ahead, reaching back with your legs. So we're going to exhale and let your head kind of come down and inhale. As you come up, look over your right shoulder. And then exhale, bring your head down a bit. Inhale, bring your head up and look over your left shoulder. Exhale, coming down and center. Inhale, looking over to the right. Inhale, and down, and inhale up to the left. Let's do that one more round each side. Good. And then let's cross your arms, rest your head again. And notice how you feel. Now, bring your arms along your sides with your palms up. We're going to reach the arms back and lift your shoulders up. Off your mat and look straight ahead. If you can widen your legs and bring them together. Let's widen the legs, widen the arms. Exhale, bring them together. Inhale, widen the arms and legs. Exhale, back. Let's do that 2 more times. And then let your head come down and just let yourself rest. Several breaths. And when you're ready, bring your hands outside of your shoulders. Press down, lift your hips up and bring your hips towards your heels and coming back to child's pose. Taking a rest here, focusing in. We're going to make our way up to stand. So you can come back to hands and knees. Walk your hands back, lift your knees off the floor, bring your hands all the way to your feet, and then walk your hands up your legs and come up to standing. Oh, here we are. And make any clothing and hair adjustments that you'd like to do. And we're going to shake ourselves out. So shake your arms, shake your shoulder. You let your knees come up and down, your legs shake. Oh, make all that concentration go. Little side to side. Whatever feels good. You can bounce a little bit too. Bounce. Step it out. We're going to inhale and reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale, let your arms come down and around into the floor. Touch the floor. And then inhale, come up. Way up and overhead. And exhale, bring your arms down and around it. Just bend your knees, touch your mat. And let's do that one more time. It's a big inhale. Ah. All right, now let's inhale the arms up and overhead. And this time we're going to take a bend to the right. So bring your right hand to your waist, left arm overhead. You can maybe step your feet a little bit wider and let the left foot anchor into the mat. So you're getting a good expansion on this left side. Inhale, looking up at your left fingers. Exhale, looking down at your right foot. Exhale, looking down. Maybe you want to do a little hummingbird breath here. Take one more breath. come back up, reach that right arm up and let both of your arms down. Let's bring hands to shoulders. Let your elbows come forward, up, back, and down. One more time this way. And then bring your shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Circle is going the other direction. When we circle our elbows, we're also circling our shoulders. This and take a side bend to the left now. So let's inhale the arms up and overhead. Left hand come to your waist. Right arm overhead. Right foot is anchoring into your mat. Doing an expansion on the right side. Inhale and look up at that right hand. Exhale, looking down. Two more breaths. Both arms up. Float down by your side. Step the feet together. Lock it up. And now let's find our standing stillness. So let your ankles, your knees be on the front of your hips. Lift your toes and spread your toes. Toes come down. Lift the front of your body up to your shoulders. And let your shoulder blades come out to your back. Fingers go forward. Your body is lifted. Down your spine. And maybe your eyes will close. The stillness inside. Is any movement? Be here till the movement ceases. Standing in stillness. Standing in stillness and strength. It's a mountain pose. One more breath here. From here, we're going to find a good time to try to find a balance. So shift your weight into your left leg, the left side of your body. Bring your palms together to bring the energy towards the center of your body, and then come up to your right toes. You can stay right here. Bring right heel, the inside of your right foot. Bring that into the inside of your left leg is what I'm trying to say. Foot up to the left leg. Where your balance is today at this moment. Every time we practice, we're increasing our balancing skills, our balancing ability, our balance ability. And then when you're ready, let that right foot come down and then shift your weight into the right leg, the right side of your body. Find your left toes. Maybe the left heel comes to the inside of the right leg. Foot. One side might be different from the other. Every time we practice balance, we're increasing our balance ability. How would your arms come down? And we're going to inhale the arms up and overhead. Then exhale, bring your arms down and around and come to chair pose. So bring your arms forward, bending your knees and your hips. Like you're gonna sit in a chair. Taking a couple breaths here. Let's see if we can move with the breath. So on the inhale, we're gonna stand and reach. Exhale. Chair. Let's do that 3 more times. Exhale. Let your spine be nice and tall. Exhale. Now 1 more. Good, good, good. All right, let's come back up to standing. And we're going to face the short end of the mat and find our warrior 1. But let's start on the left side, just to make things a little more challenging or a little bit of a change. So let your left foot be forward and your right foot back. And let your right toes point to the corner of the mat. Take your left hand and bring it to your waist. And we're going to build our warrior on the side. So as we inhale, bend the left knee, reach the right arm up. And exhale, come back to our starting point. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, bending, reaching, straightening, come down. 1 more time, moving. Good. Now let your left arm come down because we're going to come into the pose. So we're going to inhale, bending the left knee. Let your arms, both arms, come up overhead. Palms are facing each other. Spread your fingers. Feel your legs underneath you supporting. 3 more breaths. Inhale through the nose and maybe humming. Exhaling. A little space between your lips. Yeah, that's fun. Let's take 1 more breath. Now we're going to add a little movement. So we're going to inhale, reach forward, straightening the knee, and exhale, throwing the arms back and bending. Inhale, reach over that leg, straightening the knees. Exhale, coming back and bending. Good. 1 more time. Let's see if we can reach forward, step on that left leg. You can bend the knee, step on the leg, reach forward, your right toes, and maybe that right leg up. Feel free to bring your arms back behind you. Ready? Bring right foot down, come up to standing. Good. Let's walk it out a little bit. And just take a pause and notice how you feel. If one side feels different from the other, notice it feels a little odd starting on the left side. But just notice it. Right now, we're going to do Mr. Right side. So right foot is forward, left foot's back. Toes are pointing to the corner of the mat. And your right hand come to your waist. Left arm is down. We're going to inhale, bend the right knee, lift the left arm. Exhale back to stand. Inhaling, bending, and lifting. Exhale back down. Do that 2 more times. Now let your right arm come down. We're going to come into the pose. So we're going to bend the right knee, bring both of your arms overhead. Spread your fingers, let your palms face each other. Let your legs energetically come together underneath you, even though they're separate. Feel the energy in your legs. Look up towards the wall or the ceiling. Look straight ahead. 3 more breaths, maybe finding the hummingbird. One more breath. Good. All right, now we're going to bring your arms in front of you, bending halfway over, and then exhale. Bend your elbows, bend the right knee. Good. Inhale, reach your arms forward with a straight knee. Exhale, draw it back with a bend. Let's do that one more time. Now let's see if we can come into a balance. So we're going to step on that right leg. Find your left toes. Maybe the toes can come up. Maybe you can bring your arms back. Your breath moving through you. When you're ready, bring that left leg down. Good. All right. And let's take another pause, standing. Just notice how you're feeling. That's what's going on. Good. Tighten the legs. Bring your hands to your waist. Bend your knees. Bend forward. Let your hands come to the floor. And just take right over to the right foot. Move your hands over to the left foot. Get your knees bent. Your hands over to the right foot. The left knee might straighten. Walk your hands over to the left foot. The right knee might straighten. So do this at your own pace. Let your body find its own rhythm here, its own movement here. Let's do this. Let's take 2 more breaths here, moving side to side. Look in whatever way feels good in your body. And when you're ready, we're going to stop with the hands under your shoulders. They can even be walking off your mat. Your knees are bent. Now bring your left hand right under your nose and reach your right arm up. Great. Let your hips go back. 2 more breaths. And exhale, bring your right hand down, put it where the left hand was, and now the left arm is going to go up. As you turn left and breathe. One breath. And your hand down. Now, let your right knee come down, your left knee come down. We're going to come down to sitting. Bringing ourselves down to sitting on the mat. Now, let your legs come in front of you. And bring the soles of the feet together. You can bring your fingertips right by your hips and see if you can move your hips up a little bit. Hold on to your feet, hold on to your ankles, hold on to your shins, wherever it feels comfortable. I like to let my arms kind of rest on my legs. See if you can find a place that feels perhaps challenging, but not painful. Inhale, let your knees come up a little bit. Exhale, let your knees come down. So easy. Two more breaths. Now, if you'd like, you can keep breathing that way, or you can hold onto your feet or your toes and let yourself fold over. Let your head be heavy. Letting go of tightness in the thighs, back of your neck. Let your head come up a little bit. Hold your toes with your left hand. Bring your right hand around your right leg and then fold over that right leg. One more breath. And come back up, and now we're going to bring your left hand on the other side of your left leg, facing the left leg and folding over. Breath, letting go. Back up to sitting, and bring your hands outside of your thighs, bring your knees up together, and bring yourself to lying down on your mat. Good, so you're good. Take yourself all the way down so your back is lying down on your mat. And take a moment to notice how it feels to be horizontal on your back. And maybe feel that sense of gravity, sense of connecting to the earth, to the mat, floor, connecting to what's beneath you. Let's reach the arms back and overhead. And then reach your fingers back. Point your toes up to the ceiling and reach the soles of your feet as if they could go across the room, and your fingers are going to the other wall. Breathing. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Good. Now, next time we inhale, we're going to bend the knees and hold on to your legs with your arms and roll side to side. As if you're massaging your back. From side to side. You can bring your hands to your knees and maybe make some circles. And then circle in the other direction. And then let your feet come together. Let your hands rest on your knees. Let your knees come forward, out to the side, in toward you, and up to starting. Forward, out to the side, in toward you, back to starting. So your knees, you're making circles with your legs, your feet. You can keep your feet together. I feel like I'm rowing a boat when I do this. Let's do that 2 more times. Ask. Let your feet come to the floor. It's by your side. Pause. Notice how you feel. We'll do a couple rounds of bridge pose. We're going to lift your hips up as you inhale and roll back down as you exhale. And you have the option of moving one arm at a time, or both arms if you like. I'm going to do one arm at a time. So your feet close back in towards your hips. Next inhale, lift your hips and let your right arm come back, look over your left shoulder. As you exhale, your hips roll down, let your right arm. Inhale, roll your hips up, let your left arm come up and back overhead, look over your right shoulder. Exhale. Hips come down, your left arm. Inhale, lift the hips, the right arm. And exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift the hips, the left arm. And exhale, roll down. Let's do one more round. Inhale, lift the right arm. Hips. Exhale. Hips, left arm. Exhale. Inhale, bring your knees into your chest. Your legs go side to side. Feet back to the floor. Let your right leg come up and cross your right ankle right above your left knee. Let your arms come out to the sides. You can inhale here. We're going to even massage your right leg. Inhale. Then you're going to roll to the left. To the left. Let your right foot come down. And you can straighten your legs. You can make any adjustments so that you feel beneficial. You feel like this is doing something beneficial for your body. Getting into some of those tight places and letting go. Find a place where you can soften and breathe. Two more breaths. Roll back onto your back and let your right foot come down. Let your knees go side to side. Into your right foot. Your knees are going to point up, and now let your knees go to opposite sides, and the soles of your feet come together. Arms by your side. Let's take a few breaths right here. This is the same kind of cobbler pose that we did sitting. Releasing tension in inner thighs and hips. Letting go. So go through our yoga practice with letting go in different parts of your body. Bring your hands outside of your thighs and help your knees to come back up to facing the ceiling. Good. We're going to lift the left leg and cross your left ankle right above the right knee. Arms out to the side. Now roll to your right. Put that left foot come down, and then you can straighten your legs or make any adjustments so that you feel beneficial. You feel like in a place where you can let go. Feel your body soft. Maybe I'm going to try a hummingbird breath. See where I feel
your yoga practice you to unwind. Let's take 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, roll onto your back again. Let your left foot come down. Knees are bent. Take your knees side to side. And then let's again bring the soles of the feet together. The knees out to the side. 3 or 4 more breaths right here. This before our final relaxation. So 2 more breaths. And then bring your hands outside of your thighs to help your knees to come back up. You can straighten your legs. Let your legs be mat width apart. Arms by your sides with the palms up. Guide you through. It's the parts of you that are supported by you. Supported by those parts soft. Soften into grab. Your shoulders, legs, feet. Awareness up. Draw to your face. This is between your eyes. It's the muscles mouth that you use to smile. It's the muscles along your jaw. Let your face relax. The muscles in your eyes. Take rest. It's the muscles in your neck, your back. Awareness to your right shoulder, upper right arm, wrist and fingers. Right arm go heavy. Soft. Take rest. Then bring awareness to your left shoulder, elbow. Left arm, soft. And heavy. Your back, lower back, hip, thigh, glute, left leg, soft. Rest. Right hip, right thigh. Soft. Whole body. Soften. Allow yourself to take rest for the next few minutes.
Bring your awareness back to your breath. Inhale, lifting. Nose and exhale to the side. Just be with your breath. Find some movement in your fingers and your toes. Let your head slowly turn to the right and to the left. When you're ready, bring your arms overhead. And take an inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Sigh into a hum, into a sound. Let's do that again. So inhale through the nose. Exhale. And then moving slowly at your own pace. Bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. So roll onto one side or another. You can bend your knees. You can use your arms to press down. Yourself up. And then bring your palms together in front of your heart. And I've got a reflection to add here at the end of our practice as well. And this is a quote from Wayne Dyer, the late motivational speaker and author and graduate of Wayne State University. He wrote 30 books, I believe. Here's a quote from him. Every morning when you awake, you have been given the gift of a sunrise and 24 hours to live. This is a precious gift. You have the wonderful opportunity to take this day and live joyously with appreciation for everything that you encounter. Take in a deep breath and be grateful for this exhilarating experience of breathing in life and love. Thank you, Wayne Dyer. Let's breathe in our life. Let's enjoy the autumn. Spirit in me honors the spirit in each of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Have a good rest of your day. Rest